Ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Welcome back to my kitchen and Sahtein. Today we are making macarona باللبنة وتوم مع لحمة مفرومة. What is that? Macaroni with garlic yogurt and spiced ground meat. Great for any time of year, but I think it's especially comforting in the winter months when it's getting really cold. Pasta with yogurt and garlic is just a very soothing thing to come home to. I've made it recently a couple times for some of my American friends and it is a really big hit. And it is really, really easy to do. Very simple. We start by sauteing an onion. So I'm gonna get an onion and dice it up. And I keep my onion in the fridge. Pro tip, if you keep an onion in the fridge a little bit before you use it, it doesn't release as much gas, so you don't cry as much. I'm just gonna dice this onion roughly, but like kinda nicely. I'm gonna bring my stove to a medium flame and we're gonna put some grapeseed oil, just a little bit in here because it is cast iron, but you know, little oil for cooking. And it goes. Let's get some salt in there, help them cook down. While those are cooking down, we can start preparing our yogurt. I have about 2 cups-ish of yogurt in here. I'm making enough pasta for about 4 people. If you know me, you know that I'm a big garlic fiend. So how many cloves do we have? I actually don't know. If you're not a big garlic boy, this dish is not for you. If you're not very into garlic. You can use a little bit less if you want. I probably would use about 6 or 7 cloves for this. We're just gonna chop them up kind of small. There's no particular rhyme or reason to this. Just get them to a small-ish place so that they're a bit easier to break down. You can easily do this in a food processor. You can use the method of chopping, adding salt and scraping, and then it'll start to become like a paste. Every once in a while, I'm checking on the onions. I'm stirring them around. I'm not letting them burn, but also I'm letting them be. Let them have their time. Let them have a little privacy, you know, to get nice. With the garlic, we're gonna add a nice pinch of salt to help draw out the liquid. And I also find that a tiny bit of olive oil can also be helpful in bringing this together. Like, not a lot. I like to use this step as a form of meditation for myself. We have a very, very good, smoothish garlic paste. Just add this sweet, sweet heaven sauce to our yogurt. I'm gonna save a tiny little spoonful. I'm gonna put that in the onions because I want to bring this together. Once our onions have begun to turn a nice brown, I'm going to add my spices. And I'm using a really lovely 7-spice mix. This is my grandmother's blend. Different households make it in different ways, and also different cultures have different types of 7-spice mixes. In India, they have many different types of garam masala. This is one of the most essential spice blends, pantry ingredients I have, and it is really a dominant flavor kick to the meat in this dish. So I'm going to be using a lot. A solid tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Stir it in. So traditionally, this dish is made with ground lamb or ground beef. Today, one of my crew members is vegetarian, so I'm going to be using Beyond Meat today. Thank you, Caitlin. It's going to taste exactly the same, and the method is going to be exactly the same. So if you want to use ground beef or ground lamb or this, whatever you do, you're gonna be doing the exact same thing. And we're just gonna break it up the way we would any meat. Stir it in with the onions. What I really like about Beyond Meat is that it's pea protein based and it's gluten-free, like normal meat. It's actually a really great substitute for a lot of these Arabic dishes that require ground meat, because whenever we use ground meat, we add a lot of spices to it. I'm a fan, I'm into it. So our meat is doing its thing, it's getting there. I just got a pot of water boiling on the stove and we're gonna get our pasta ready. I am gonna use about 2 cups of pasta. So I have a pot of boiling water and I wanna make it as salty as the sea. This may seem like a lot of salt, and it is, but you need your pasta water to be very, very salty. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to prevent our pasta from sticking together so much. The next step is to cook your pasta, whatever pasta you're using. Onward she goes. I think I'm gonna crack some pepper into here, actually. I really love the warmth and comfort of cumin, so I'm also gonna add maybe a teaspoon or so of fresh cumin pods, and I'm gonna ground them up. I'm just gonna get our garnishes ready. I have some parsley, which I've washed, so I'm gonna chop that up really, really finely to put on top. We garnish almost every dish with a nice bit of parsley. This way that I'm chopping it, if you don't do this yourself, it's a rock chop. It's the easiest chop to do. It's really nice for getting things very, very finely done. So you just wanna hold the knife between your thumb and your forefinger like this so you have good control. Keep your hand above the knife and just rock it back and forth. And just always keep hand on the top and you can just swing forward and back and just get really nicely, finely chopped. It's a very useful chop and it's also impressive looking, apparently. Pine nuts are also a very commonly used garnish. So I'm just gonna toast these for a little bit in my toaster, just until they start to toast and turn brown. And really watch them because they can very quickly, very easily burn. So just watch out. Once your meat is totally cooked, let's turn it off. Let's take it off the heat. This part is totally optional, but I really, really love adding a little bit of green to things sometimes, and spinach is one of those wonderful things that you can just put in stuff and it completely disappears. Immediately, I took the meat out. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil here, just a bit. It is cast iron, we don't need a lot. Fresh spinach, a little bit of salt, help it release some liquid. The spinach is not a traditional addition, but this is my kitchen, and I want to. My pine nuts are actually done. See how they've just begun to turn color, but they're still not super dark? That's it. Last couple minutes before I take the pasta out, I'm just gonna take the spinach. I like it to be in very small pieces, but if you like it in big pieces, leave it. I just wanna chop this up a little bit smaller. That'll do. I'm going to drain this, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of pasta water at the end, of course, naturally, because we love the pasta water. Don't get rid of all of it ever. Oh, and you get a facial. Oh, how nice. I'm gonna first put the spinach in. Just stir in some of that spinach. Oh, that's so garlicky, I love it. So the pasta water plus the yogurt is just gonna make a really nice, warm, comforting sauce. And you can even leave this dish at this. We do this often, having just pasta with garlic yogurt when you're just needing to feel cozy, or if you're feeling a little sick. It feels really good to eat this. All that garlic is very good for you. And then we stir it in, and this is very satisfying and beautiful. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. You can also use any type of pasta you want. Lentil pasta, any type of gluten-free pasta if you like. Did you see that? That's okay. We top it with some parsley. What's nice about this too is that people can kind of put as much meat or as little as they like. I'm plating it right now, but you can also keep it all separate. Finally, the king, the pine nuts. Last but not least, always, always a nice drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. This is my macaroni bil Laban مع لحمة مفرومة. This smells so good. This is really one of my favorite things. Okay, let's see. How'd they do? How'd they do? It's really good. If you enjoy my channel and the videos that I make, please give me a subscribe. You know that would do me so well. And if you actually want to know when I put videos up, then you can hit that notification bell and you can get notified. We appreciate that very much. If there are any particular dishes or recipes that you're really interested in learning about, please let me know. I would love to know what you want to know. Give me your suggestions and I will take them to heart. Thank you for watching. I will see you later. Let's eat.